자, 반갑습니다, 여러분. 오늘은 되게 좋은 소식이에요. 제가 이제 여러분들한테 33 Secret 영상을 번역을 해서 알려드리려고 해요. 제가 33 Secret 영상 옛날에 좋아요 눌러서 저는 좋아요를 저장하는 용도로 써요. 저장한 걸 제가 추려보니까 한 66개가 있더라고요. 딱 악마의 숫자 66이지. 그래서 제가 그것들을 추려가지고 뭐 추릴 것도 없어요. 왜냐면 난 진짜 좋은 것들만 눌러놨거든. 보니까 몇 개는 이미 비공개 처리가 됐더라고. 그게 뭐 유튜브가 삭제를 한 건지 매트크로스가 알아서 내린 건지 모르겠지만, 그래서 이제 앞으로 33 Secret 레드필 매운맛이라 불렀던 미국, 제가 개인적으로 손꼽기에는 현재 현역으로 활동하는 최고의 PUA 중 한 명인 매트크로스가 진행했던 33 Secret 채널의 영상들을 여러분들한테 소개해드리는 걸 하겠습니다. 그래서 오늘은 그 처음 영상을 준비하면서 제가 여러분들한테 이렇게 메시지를 남기는 거고요. 제가 매트크로스가 최고의 PUA라고 생각하는 이유는, 첫 번째, 이 사람의 메시지가 말을 해요. 이 사람이 뭔가 증명하기 전에 이 사람이 영상에서 얘기하는 메시지가 이미 증명을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 두 번째, 이 남자의 과금 방식이에요. 이 남자는 처음에 자기 강의에 첫 달은 무조건 1,000원, 딱 1달러 왔습니다. 원래는 공짜로 하고 싶었는데 페이팔이 1달러는 써야 된다고 해서 1달러로 받아요. 즉, 자신의 컨텐츠에 자신이 있는 거예요. 니들이 1달러 내고 내 처음 한 달짜리 강의를 들어봐라. 그 다음에 결제를 해라. 그리고 두 번째, 가격이 이 사람 되게 그렇게 비싸지가 않아요. 나름 합리적이에요. 그러니까 좀 지불을 할 만해. 내가 아마 미국인이었고 미국에 살고 있었으면은 매트크로스한테 돈을 내고 한번 배워봤을 것 같아요. 그리고 이 남자는 가끔씩 인스타그램이나 이런 걸 통해 가지고 자기가 만난 여자들과 함께 찍은 사진을 올리고 하는 모습을 보이고요. 매트크로스는 최근 영상보다는 옛날에 2, 3년 전 영상, 그때 영상들이 좋아가지고 제가 옛날 영상 위주로 66개를 선별을 했고요. 그리고 이미 상당 부분 어느 정도 작업이 진행이 됐고, 그래서 제가 멤버십을 통해서 여러분들과 공유를 하겠습니다. 제가 앤드류 테이트 영상을 공유하고 느낀 건데, 영상만 딸랑 올리니까 아예 이해가 안 되는 분들은 이게 뭔 소리인지 모르겠다고 얘기하시는 분들이 좀 계시더라고. 그래서 제가 매크로스 영상은 어차피 제가 2차 창작자로서 창작을 한 것도 좋은 면이 있는 거니까, 제가 이 영상을 왜 선별을 했고, 물론 그 매크로스 영상을 다 뽑진 않아요. 일부만 이렇게 제가 핵심만 추릴 건데, 왜 이 영상을 선별을 했고, 이 메시지는 나한테 어떤 메시지고, 여러분이 이 부분을 참고했으면 좋겠다라는 식의 뭐 코멘터리를 필요한 만큼 하겠습니다. 그래서 여러분들한테, 이게 레드필 굉장히 매운맛이에요. 매크로스는 여러분이 이제 제목만 보셔도 알겠지만, 그래서 주로 멤버십을 통해 나갈 거고, 제가 멤버십을 통해서 하려고 한 이유는, 지난 몇 달간 이미 지금 제 멤버십 가입하신 분들 보니까 이미 지금 블랙필 마크까지 다신 분이 계시더라고. 그러니까 지난 몇 달간 제가 최소한 일주일에 한 번쯤은 저한테 이렇게 멤버십 등록을 해주시고, 저한테 주기적으로 저를 후원해주신 분들한테 감사하는 마음에서 최소한 일주일에 한 번씩은 제가 영상을 올리려고 했는데, 이게 뭐 끝이 없어요. 정말 매운 것들이 일주일에 한 번씩 나오기 힘들어. 그래서 제가 감사한 마음에서, 그럴 바에는 차라리 정말 원조 매운맛인 매크로스의 영상을 번역을 해가지고 제 코멘터리를 달아서 여러분들께 공유를 드린 게 어떤가 해가지고, 그래서 저한테 지금까지 후원해주신 분들한테 너무 감사해가지고 제가 봉사의 차원에서 보답의 차원에서 그렇게 하기로 했습니다. 그래서 오늘은 첫 번째 영상으로서 제목이 뭐냐면은, 어떻게 하면은 전 여친을 되찾을 수 있냐요. 제가 이 영상을 첫 번째 영상으로 선정한 이유는, 제가 매트크로스의 동영상을 보고 머릿속에 강하게 각인된 그 영상 중 하나이기 때문입니다. 저한테 항상 사람들이 물어요. 어쩌다가 레드필을 처음 접하게 됐냐? 그럼 내가 항상 뭐라 대답했냐면은, 나는 여자한테 크게 상처를 받은 것도 아니고 뭐 여자한테 배신당한 것도 아니지만, 근데 그래서 여자 문제가 별거 없었지만 저도 블루필이 잘 작동되는 사람 중 한 명이었어요. 물론 제 버전 블루필은 나름 좀 레드필에 가까운 거긴 했는데, 왜냐면 워낙 제 성격이 그래가지고. 근데 여기서 중요한 거는, 제가 어느 날 도저히 어떤 여자를 제대로 한번 해보려고 하다가 잘 되다가 한번 꼬꾸러진 적이 있었는데, 도저히 화가 나는 거야. 여자들이 이해가 안 가겠는 거야. 그러니까 나는 약간 이런 거예요. 내가 처음 외계인 우주선을 탔는데 버튼 몇 개를 막 눌러보니까 우주선이 작동이 돼. 그래서 우주선을 대충 날아다니다가 격추도 몇 개 했어. 근데 정말 고수인 상대를 만나니까 이 우주선 작동법을 제대로 공부하지 않으면 안 되겠는 거야. 약간 그런 기분이에요. 그래서 제가 처음에, 제가 PUA들을 되게 싫어했고, 여러분과 마찬가지로 PUA는 천박한 거라 생각을 하고, 무슨 찐따들이나 루저들이나 여자 못 만나는 병신들이나 한 거라고 생각을 했음에도 불구하고, 그래서 한국 PUA를 처음에 찾아보기 시작하다가 매트크로스의 영상이 저한테 떠가지고, 그래 천조국의 PUA를 한번 들어보자 해가지고 들어봤는데, 한국 PUA에서는 느낄 수 없었던 그런 카타르시스를 느꼈고, 내가 지금까지 내가 왜 이렇게 돼왔는지, 왜 그때 그 현상이 있었는지, 거의 무슨 데스노트의 라이토가 데스노트를 집어들어가지고 기억이 되살아나는 그 장면처럼 엄청난 에피파니를 줬단 말이야, 나한테. 근데 그중 하나가 바로 맷 크로스의 이 첫 번째 영상입니다. 그러니까 저를 레드필을 먹게 만든 계기를 제공한 그 여자를 정리하는데 아주 큰 도움이 된 영상이고요. 제가 이 영상을 보고 마음이 뭉클한 것을 넘어서 굉장히 와닿았어요. 내가 무슨 실수를 해왔고 내가 무슨 잘못을 해왔고 이런 것들을 깨닫게 됐고, 그래서 이 여자를 이제 놓아주고 다시 성장을 향해 나아가게 하는데 굉장히 도움이 된 영상이어서 오늘 처음으로 이 영상만 공개를 하고 나머지는 이제 멤버십으로 웬만하면 다 될 거예요. 그래서 여러분들과 한번 공유를 해보고 싶었습니다. 그래서 이 영상에 나오는 매크로스의 말은 저는 99.9% 진실이라고 생각을 하고요. 동의를 하고요. 공감을 하는 부분입니다. 그래서 이 매크로스의 영상이 여러분들한테도 똑같은 그런 기쁨을 줬으면 좋겠고요. 뭐 더 이상 긴 말이 필요 없겠네요. 그래서 지금부터 그럼 영상을 한번 시작해 보겠습니다.
How do I get my ex back? First thing you got to know about relationships, cannot go backwards in a relationship. We tend to want to stay in our comfort zone, and we tend to want to hang on to those old routines even if they're not working for us anymore. Wanting to get her back is really wanting to return to that safe, comfortable routine where everything was familiar. You don't grow mentally, spiritually, financially, physically by going back to your ex-girlfriend. You lose that powerful lesson that you could have gotten had you moved on. The only thing you're gonna do is you're gonna turn into more of a wuss. You're gonna get weaker. You're gonna get more beta. Why? Because obviously you're trying to get her back, so you're in the weaker position right now. So you're kind of like you're coming from a beggar's frame where you're trying to get her back. And if you go back to her with that in your head, I mean, really all you're gonna do is try to supplicate your way back to her, because guess what? That's what 99% of guys do in order to get their ex-girlfriend back. It's not even really about the girl so much. It's more about getting back to that familiarity and that routine. I gotta get back to that routine because I can't take this. This is so uncomfortable. Everything's uncertain without her. When you're in a situation where the girl has dumped you, it's because of this exact reason right now that you're wanting to go back to her. Okay? It's because of this exact reason that you went off of your path as a man. As I teach my students, girls will not leave a guy who is kicking ass, a guy who is on his path in life, a guy who is not making her his path, you know, not making the woman his pursuit in life. You can't make women your pursuit in life. You have to make your pursuits in life. That's how women become attracted to you. And she somehow takes you back out of pity or because she's bored, or a lot of times girls will just take you back just to see if they can, just to mess with you, just to know that they have that power over you. One fundamental thing that will never change, and love can never change this, is the fact that women respond to value. They respond to guys who are on their path in life, guys who are on their purpose in life. They don't respond to guys who are weak, who are beta, who go off of their path in life for her. They respond to guys who stay on their path, no matter what garbage she gives them, no matter how much nagging she does. They stay on their path, and they let her know who has the stronger frame. They let her know who is leading this tribe. Okay, even if it's just you and her, you're like a two-person tribe. They let her know by their actions that she is with a real man who is not going to go off his path for her. Sometimes I've had girls like actually leave and to test me, and they've left. Most of the time it's only for a few days, sometimes only a few hours. But really, when they do that, guess what? I'm not sitting on my couch moping. I'm not laying down feeling sorry for myself. Instead, guess what I'm doing? I'm doing exactly what I would have done even if she was still with me. I'm doing exactly what I would have done even if we were still a couple and none of this drama happened. Make sure to let her know who's boss. I don't all of a sudden change my plans, call up my wingman, and let's go to the bars and start picking up girls. Forget her. I'm gonna go get laid. You know, I don't do that because you're reacting based off of her frame. So really, you're going off of your path again. An alpha male, a real alpha male, is staying on your path in life, staying on your path and staying true to your purpose in life, and not letting any woman, any hot girl, no matter how beautiful she is, take you off of that path. And you're going to be tested. And because these are my values and this is my belief system, and it's so ingrained into who I am, and nobody can take me off of it. Ex-girlfriends of mine who tried to test me, and they left the door, they walked out, and then they tried to come back. And then they came back to a very shocking surprise. And that surprise was, oh, Matt actually stands his ground. Matt actually meant what he said. Matt actually did shut the door. Matt actually doesn't want me back. Hey, you left. I don't want a teammate like that. I don't want a teammate who is going to leave. I don't want a teammate that I cannot trust to be loyal. I do not want a teammate that is not going to stick by my side. Just gonna tell you how to get your ex-girlfriend back. The way to get her back is by becoming that man that she fell in love with. And that's the only way to get her back. You have to go back to that person that you were when she met you, who didn't care, who spoke to her without filters, who wasn't trying to seek her approval. You know, that's who she fell in love with. That's who you have to go back to. And when you go back to that guy, you will remind her exactly who you are, and within time, she will come back to you, okay? It's not gonna happen overnight. Sometimes it does. Here's the rub with that, okay? Here's the rub. If you genuinely and authentically go back to being that guy you were, that she met and fell in love with, that guy you were in the beginning, something shocking is gonna happen. When you become that guy again that you once were, guess what? You're not gonna want her back. You're actually gonna be pissed off at her that she even tried to test you this way and she put you through all this nonsense. You're not gonna want her back. I call it the swingers effect, where the girl kind of senses that you've moved on, and her ego just can't take it, so she needs to get revalidated. And the way she gets revalidated is by calling you out of the blue and going, "Hi, I miss you." And then a few months go by and you're finally over it. You're finally healed. The moment you're finally healed, guess what? Your phone rings. You know, it's a very, very strange effect. It's almost like women can sense. They can sense like how long it would take for a guy like yourself to actually get over her. But be careful, because it's a trap. It's a trap. Every single one of you guys who fell into that trap and you went back like a chump, what happened? What happened? Were things like they were before? Did she change? No. She might have changed for like a few days, sometimes at most a couple of weeks if she's a good actress. Okay, as my student, I'm telling you, there is an abundance of beautiful, gorgeous, attractive women out there with your name on it, just waiting for you, okay? You are not gonna meet your next girlfriend if you're standing in front of your ex-girlfriend's house all day long. You don't even have to contact her, you don't have to call her. There's something out there in the universe, she will feel it. She will feel like you have moved on and she's lost you, and that is when your phone will ring, and that's when she will try to get you back, okay? And like I said, you could either be a chump and go right back to her and try to be safe and, you know, go back to that comfortable routine, or you could be a man and you could keep pushing forward and keep growing. You could finish the path that you're on, finish the path that you started in this life, okay? Only this time, the next hot girl you meet and you fall in love with, you'll have this reference experience with your last girlfriend that you can now use. You can now use that as a reference experience to go, hey, I met this bomb-ass chick. She's way hotter than my last girlfriend. She treats me way better. But guess what? I'm not gonna screw up this time. I'm not gonna go off my path this time. I'm gonna stay on my path. I'm gonna be a man, and I'm not gonna lose this girl. Okay, I'm gonna stay on my path. And when you go in with that attitude, guess what? That girl won't leave you. She'll be in love with you. She won't want to leave you. She'll still test you, don't get me wrong. You know, she will still test you. She's female. She will still test you. But now you have that reference experience of what happened last time, and you're not going to let it happen to you again, right?